Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to Chili's Model Making. Today, as you may have seen in the thumbnail, we're going to be starting on an Avro Vulcan. So this is going to be part one, and we're going to unbox and give a little bit of a story to the Vulcan, and then we are going to assemble the nose cone and the cockpit. And that'll probably be it for part one. So we're going to do part one today, and over the next couple of days. Hope you enjoy what you watch. I'm still quite an amateur at this, so bear with me, and let's crack on with the Vulcan. So we just grab the box over, and we're going to take the lid off, see what's in it. Instructions. Oh, this is going to be big. This is going to be big. The wings alone. Okay, well, before I get it all out, let's read the instructions. Now, the Vulcan. One of the three V bombers that Britain developed, and that was primarily for use during the Cold War, so 1950s, 1960s. But this particular one regained its status when we got involved with the Argentine conflict back in 81. Was it 81? Oh, sorry, 82. What's that? And the British government rapidly had to get some aircraft over to the Falkland Islands, and a squadron of ageing Vulcans was put together to go over and do damage to Port Stanley Airfield, and that is why this particular model is called the Black Buck, because that was the assignment name given to the squadron that was formed to go over there. It's quite an interesting story. If you get a chance to read it, I do advise it, because for each Vulcan that went over, it took about another 6 aircraft to actually refuel it and get it to its destination. And those aircraft would have been Victor refueling planes, so another one of the V bombers. So this is where it all goes to pot, because the paint colour on there should be 85. Okay, and I need to put them together and paint that. However, there is no 85 listed in the paints. So I've got to do a bit of research first of all and see what 85 is. There's two choices of colours, but there's no 85 on either of them. So what is 85? So I've discovered 85 is a satin black. Haven't got a satin black. So what can I use in place? I think I've got a matte black. Aluminium. Gunmetal. I thought I had a gunmetal somewhere. There, matte black. That may have to do. Doesn't feel as though there's a lot in there. I'll have to order some more. Okay. Let's stick it together and get it on. I've got gunmetal. Should I do it in gunmetal rather than matte black? Don't know. Don't know. Let's do it in gunmetal. Yeah. Okay, so we've got our first bit of glue on, and we've stuck these first two. A little bit too much glue there, but I'm hoping that'll be covered up by the paint, because once it's on there you can't get it off. I think that's the idea anyway. Right, so we're going to use gunmetal to paint that with. Okay, that 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, C9 is that piece here, which apparently goes on the underside there. Okay, there we go, that's on. So that's that section done. Now looking for C21. Okay, so got a head torch on now. Just try and make things a wee bit clearer. So we've got that section there. And this little bit, if I can get hold of it, goes in there. It will go in there. As soon as I've applied a bit of glue, let me get back to you. Okay, so there it is. Eventually got it on. So next is C17, followed by these other sections here, C25s and C03. Okay, so got this first part done, I think. All I've got to do now is paint it black, although I'm going to use gunmetal. Get some more ordered up, I think. Paint. Okay. So we've got this first part all assembled, and first coat of paint on. So we now need to, so we're down to section 6. That's all complete. Section 7 now, put the seats together. '29, now 28. So those two go together, and then these two. Bit fiddly. Ooh. Okay, we'll glue those two together. So we've got the seats glued together. Why they have to be two halves, I'll never know. Need more light here, don't I? It just isn't good enough. Anyway, we're going to paint them gunmetal. And the seat inserts. Get them ready for gluing together tomorrow. Okay, so the cockpit section is coming along reasonably nicely. Now it's dried a bit, doesn't look too bad. The seats were a little bit fiddly. If you look on the previous page actually, but getting the patterning and the paint correct, or as near to correct as I could. Can try and get some better lighting for this. It's not ideal, but for now this will have to do. So we're now going to do the remainder of the cockpit, try and get that done in this session. And yeah, so there's 3 seats to go along the back here, as in that bit. So let's get the pieces cut out First of all, right, I've done that part. We need to put these two pieces behind the seats. Ironically though, I need some red paint for the fire extinguishers. I haven't got any, so I'm going to have to use something else. Wish I knew what paints I needed before I started, really. It doesn't work like that. You don't know what you're going to need until you're getting through it, because they don't list everything on the box. But hey ho, that's just my gripe. So, I get the fire extinguishers at the back of the pilot's and co-pilot's seat, and then start working down here, putting the all the other flight engineers and Bombay operator. I don't know what the 3 seats are for, but that's all I can imagine they're for. Okay, so we've put the instrument clusters either side on. I've got to paint them yet, but trying to get the transfers on for the instruments. Oh, nightmare. Trying to get in the light so you can see some of it. It's not easy though. Well, like I say, I've got to paint them. And I've just done the steps. Even more fiddly, I can't even get a focus on them. And they go in the middle there. Like that. And then we fit these other seats on. Right, so there's some more cockpit pieces which have been pulled off of the C panel. Seats which have had a coat on the backs but not yet put the leather paint. We've done the steps. Painted around the instrument clusters. Very fiddly. I should be glad when this cockpit's over. Okay, so a bit more of the cockpit have gone together. So I've done the seats cockpit green and then leather mat for the cushions. I don't know whether that's right. The instructions show lots of different colours, so I'm going what I think will do the job. Okay, I've assembled the nose. Although this isn't the outer shell, this is the inner shell of the nose, and that's got to go on there like that. So we'll get that on next. Okay, a bit more of the paintwork done. We've done the internal paint of the cockpit on either side of the fuselage, and we've done the crew door section, which will go up underneath once the outer part of the fuselage around the cockpit once that's together. Yeah. Okay. We'll do a bit more tomorrow. Okay, final section then of this fuselage. Right. I don't know whether you can see or not, whether the light's good enough. Okay, so we've got the outer shell, or outer part of the fuselage. Seats are all intact. Access area is going to go in next, and the nose cone. So we'll put them together and see what we've got left. Okay. So I'm just going to put the crew access area in place, which is this piece. It goes in there, and you just need a piece of, or a dab of glue on that section, and this part there, and then the access bay door frame goes in, and that's where the door goes. I've already put the little inspection window in there. That's ready to go, and then we'll fit the nose cone, and that should near enough be about it. There you go. So that's on and in place. It's just waiting for the glue to go off now. I tend to use elastic bands quite a bit to hold things together. Give it sort of 15 minutes or so, and that should be nice and solid. It's not a perfect fit, but obviously it must be fit for purpose. So because I'm having this Vulcan in flight, I don't want the undercarriage down, or well, the undercarriage might still be okay, but I don't want the crew door down. This is the crew door, so I've got to nip off some bits of plastic from the edge. I can find it, here it is. So I've got to make that a bit more square, otherwise it's not going to fit. Not going to fit in there properly. So we just nip them off, put the crew door in and glue that up. And as if by magic, the crew door is now on. Now don't worry too much if there's excess glue. You can't help the excess glue. Just bear in mind it's all going to be painted over afterwards. So I've moved the elastic band to hold the crew door in place while the glue sets. I just want to put this cone on now. Right, nose cone is now glued in place. Door is in place. Sticking together. So let's put it there. What's left is the canopy, Perspex canopy. But this Vulcan doesn't come with the pilot or co-pilot, and because I want it in flight, hanging from the ceiling, I've had to order a couple of 172 scale pilots to go in there. I didn't want the seats empty, Not that you're going to see much of them, because looking at the front, you've got some windows there and that's all you're going to see of them, but hey ho. And it also looks as though the paint goes over the perspex canopy, so I'm going to have to paint all that. I've never painted perspex before. I suppose it sticks to it, right? Yeah. So I've got to wait a few days for the pilots to turn up, then I can finish that. So this will bring the nose cone to an end. This is part one. This is unboxing and completing step one, really. Yeah, thanks for watching, and look out for part two in a week or so, and I'll see you guys all later. Bye for now.